Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Wait, Ted. Wait, 48. Check, 48 is the mark. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Wait, 48.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Throwing now is Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
It's 3rd and 7.
Yo. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Right here.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Switch. He's checking.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
Now Jackson on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Crunch.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. They'll take it into the end end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Alpha. You can't block me. Mike 48. Mike 48. Let's go. Check it. Reload. 48. 48 to Mike.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
57. Target. Check 52. Set up.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Jackson. Room to run inside the 40. Got a man. It's Brown. And finally brought down at the 38. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
23 yards to pick up there.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Wait, that 53! 48 right now, let's go. Here we go. Jim.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Regular.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Kenny Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, check. 3 down. Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Sue. Mike 40. Get that quarterback. Hey, go 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Brady's throw there complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, Charlie.
Brady going to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 33-yard line.
Wait, 20. Come on, 59. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got, Heavy? 72.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Ross, he'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
57. Mike, 57.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. Cuts right. Cuts it out to the sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 59 yards for him on the ground.
Baltimore 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
65.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Ross. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check Mike 40, check Mike 40. I got you, son.
Go Bears it.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And able to find Green. The end result, 21 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Brady. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 1st down, Brady. He completes it to Tate. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Second and 7 at the Ravens' 42-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, 66.
Brady to throw again. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Wait, that slide, 80.
Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. To throw again on second down. Brady. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Mike 48, Mike 48. Let's go, defense. Out top.
Hey, go 66.
48 for Mike. Okay, double up.
When he hits.
Now Brady again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 38-yard.
And Bullock will put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jordan Evans charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Mike 56, Mike 56. I'm on. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. I'm coming. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Oh, here we go. Oh. That's it.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
56 is the mic. Here we go.
And the blitz does come. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times. What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Mike, check, 59.
Rip.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Kenny Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Too low,
Go Bandit.
59 Mike. Check, 59.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Rip. Hey.
From the gun, it's Brady. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
48 Mike.
Hey, Alabama.
To throw again. Brady, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady, flush to his right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 75 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Boys, 56. Check, 56. Rip left, rip left. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
All day, dog.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Watch the pass.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy. Because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There was also some hope.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Ingram. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. Oh, no, lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Gets around him. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
The Bengals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Motion. Hey, second.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ross. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Jackson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Here we go.
Gets it to Meredith, complete.
Jackson's pass complete to Cameron Meredith. He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
57. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That one caught out wide by Boykin. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Hey, get ready. 57 to Mike. Yeah. You don't want none.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A touchdown is a must here, but of course beware of leaving too much time on the clock for Tom Brady. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. And again, it's Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Brady. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be out right at the 35. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Mike, what's going on? No, 66.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Brady to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ross. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wait, that. Down 80. Down 80.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Motion.
From midfield, here's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Boyd. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Mike, wait, that. Wait, 20.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Regular.
Delta.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, 48's the mic. Check, 48's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field.
Regular.
He's back to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
Wait, 20. 53's in now.
We take the win. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Hey, my 7.
Mike, 48. Cut. 48. Alert. Exit. Check, 48's the mic.
Hey, both 66.
Back to throw, Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So from second and 10, it'll now go to second and 15. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for Baltimore, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5.